everyone. My name is Jen Schrader, and I work for City Communications. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this quick conversation we're going to have about some proposed changes to Mountain Metro transit routes. Jacob Matson is the Planning and Operations Supervisor at Mountain Metro, and he's with me today. Jacob, thanks.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thanks for your time. So I want you to start by giving me kind of a brief overview of Mountain Metro Transit for those people who don't really realize all that you guys do, and then what you specifically do for Mountain Metro.
Sure. So Mountain Metro Transit is the primary provider of public transportation in Colorado Springs and the surrounding Pikes Peak region.
So when you see those big buses on the road, that's you guys.
Big buses and the small ones. The
Yes,
Metro Mobility, that's our paratransit.
Right.
Those are also out there providing a very valuable service to the community.
Okay.
We do this 362 days a year, barring New Year's Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Okay. All right. And so they're out and about all the time.
Yes.
How many routes do you have total, or how many riders, or give us an idea of
Sure.
the impact?
So we have 34 routes total,
Okay.
and almost 3 million riders a year right now as of the previous year.
Wow. Okay. So you are Planning and Operations Supervisor. What does that entail on the daily?
So yeah, it's kind of, I cross my time between both the operational side and planning. It's kind of given in the title. But kind of specific to the service change process, it is kind of my job and my role to go through, check our services, see where there's areas for improvement, so we can do to improve our services for the individuals that use them the most. And then when it comes to these service changes, which we're typically doing twice a year, it's been pretty consistent at twice a year, what we'll end up doing is try to move some of those changes into our proposals in order to improve our services.
Okay. So when you have these service changes, why tell everyone about it? Why is it important to go through this process that you're going through right now?
Well, it's super important that we hear from people, right? The people that use our service, the people that are on the ground, they're going to tell us and let us know what's working for them, what's not. So we 100% want to get their involvement, get them involved early enough in our process. So we put a proposal out there, allow them to give feedback on it and let us know kind of what they're thinking about it. And then once we get all that information after the public process closes, we go back within our planning staff and within the transit staff, and we look at some of the comments that we received and see, do we make adjustments to what we proposed, or is what we proposed what people want to see, and then we move forward with it for the time frame that we're looking to get them implemented in.
And that's how it happens every time.
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about the proposed changes this time. And I should emphasize changes. There's more than one.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay.
There are a lot of them, so hang on.
Okay. Okay.
So the first one I'll talk about is our Route 9.
Okay.
So we've been in conversation with UCCS about some of the services their students would like to see. So in conversations with them, we pretty much picked up this location that's near the dorms, near a series of their dorms. They're at Clydeway and Austin Bluffs, kind of in that general vicinity, and identified this as a potential area for a weekend route. So Route 9 right now is the closest route that we identified that could work with this, and we're looking to take it on Saturdays and Sundays, where the Route 9 will go to this location. It's the Alpine Shuttle bus stop, for those that are familiar with the UCCS campus.
So that's based on feedback you've already received?
Yep, based on feedback from the school, as well as, well, they're basically advocating on behalf of their students.
Okay, sounds good. And then next is?
Yep. So another service change we're looking at, this is probably one of the bigger ones of the group, is our Route 33. So this is kind of a two-stage approach. So this fall, so starting on September 28th, we're looking to move Route 33 from its current spot at Hiawatha Gardens, which is in Manitou Springs, and bring that all the way out to the Dillon Mobility Hub, which is on Manitou Ave, just east of Highway 24. It's a new transportation hub that they're working to build, and they've been working on for some time now. And so in conversation, working with the city of Manitou Springs, we determined that this fall was the time to move forward with extending out the Route 33 to that location. And then that Route 33 will provide services from all the way from there up to the COG and the incline and through the city of Manitou Springs.
So that would become sort of the main place where people would park to access those things?
Correct, yes. And that's to help with alleviate some of the traffic congestions inside of Manitou Springs and get people that are looking to travel through a better option to travel through.
So I'm seeing a theme with these is where you're really working with partners throughout the community all the time, right?
Yes,
receiving
all the time.
feedback from them and figuring out what works for everyone.
That is correct, yes.
Okay, big part of your job.
Yep.
Okay. So next on 33, is that the only change?
No, so yes, that's just for the fall. So then what we're also proposing in this service change, but it wouldn't take effect until next year, March 29th, is to take the 33 and change the frequency up. So 33 is an incredibly high ridership route. It's one of our top routes for ridership, especially during kind of the peak season. So we're looking to change up our peak season. Currently, it goes from late April through late September. When we go into this next year, what we're looking to do with the Route 33 is actually start it earlier and end it later. So it would start in late March. We have March 19th as our current time.
Think spring break, maybe,
Think spring
right?
break,
Yes.
yep,
Okay.
yep. And then it would run through the end of October.
Okay.
Late October.
Which makes sense simply because the weather's nice through October here. You've got a lot of tourists, you've got a lot of locals wanting to hike. And
we looked at our data of when people are the time of day as well as when the time of year that they're primarily going to the incline and the COG, and that time frame stood out.
Okay.
So we're looking to kind of expand our peak, and then we would be going to a mix of 15 and 30-minute frequency during that peak time on Monday through Friday. And then we would be doing a mix of 10 and 30-minute frequency on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday during that time. And the timing would be until 5 p.m. That's where we would switch from the higher level of frequency to the lower at 5 p.m.
Okay, I think that sounds great. Consider that your first piece of public feedback.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No, I think that sounds really good. Okay. So next one is, so that's it for 33.
So that's it for 33.
Okay.
But along with the 33, and it kind of comes in line with it, is the Route 36. So at present, the Route 36 provides service from Fields Park, which is very close to that Dillon Mobility Hub, and it provides it through Manitou Springs up to the Serpentine Roundabout.
Okay.
And we're proposing the elimination of that route simply because 33's expands. So 33 is expanding. It's looking at providing more service, and it would become a duplication between the two if they both stood there. We're also pulling those resources from Route 36 to bring to the 33 to allow for this change. And
So
again,
it makes sense to get rid of that 36.
Yes. Yep. And this was all done in cooperation and coordination with the City of Manitou Springs in terms of what they want and what we want and what works best for the customers. So
Okay.
this was a several-month process of us talking with them about some of these ideas and working this out.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So next we're moving to Academy, right? Or one of the routes.
So the Route 32 provides service from Academy and Asterzon down to into the Security Widefield area.
Down south. Okay.
So this is a smaller change. This, what we're looking to take is the current time point that's in our schedule. It's at Security and Zuni. We're looking to move that to Main and Marquette. Main and Marquette is basically our transfer location with the Fountain Municipal Transit, their system. And it made more sense to be located here because you can have a more specific time frame of when you can expect your bus to arrive, where it's identified in the schedule itself.
Okay. All right. Makes sense.
Then we also have routes 1939. It's called an interline. Basically, 19 turns into 39 when they go northbound, or at least some of the routes do, depending on the time of day. And what's going on with the Route 19 and 39 is we're looking to eliminate a layover that's there. That's a 3-minute layover on the northbound. And the reason for that is the bus is currently sitting on Nevada northbound, and it doesn't have its own pull-off lane. And this is one of those kind of safety concerns we looked at and said, you know what? Let's just keep it running. We'll move that time into another part of the schedule, and we'll allow the drivers a layover at a different time or additional layover time later in the schedule.
So that's just more about traffic flow.
Yeah, traffic flow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then there's more.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
there's
more.
So the next series is kind of a continuum of different bus stops we're looking to do.
Okay.
So I've already mentioned the Route 9. That's the extension of Route 9 going to the Alpine shuttle lot on UCCS campus. That's one of the stops we're looking at. We also have on Route 34 in that same area, that Clyde Way and Austin Bluffs, there's presently a gap of about 1.5 miles between bus stops, give or take. And we're looking to put a bus stop at Clyde Way on Austin Bluffs to, again, bridge that gap and allow better access for student population that's looking to use the bus. And this, as well as the Route 9, are also can be used by anybody. It's not just for the students at UCCS.
Right, but just you won't have to walk as far to get to them.
So it's reduced that walking and given them more opportunity to come into the system. Then we have Route 38. So Route 38 connects at Montebello and the Academy area and goes north to Memorial Hospital North. And right now, there's not a lot of stops along this route. So I've identified 3 areas for stops in both directions. So in both directions, we're looking at stops to be placed at Union at Woodland Hills, and then at Lexington, and again at Research. So we're looking to add these 3 stops in both directions, hopefully bringing more people into the system, improving access for people, and getting people where they got to go.
What's the timeline on installing a bus stop?
So it's kind of a complicated question. It shouldn't be, but it kind of is. So there's a lot of different approvals and requirements we have to go through.
Would they all go in at once, or ideally, or is it?
Ideally, yes.
But sometimes no.
But usually what kind of happens is we put more of a temporary stop up. So we'll put a temporary stop while we're going through all the approvals.
Okay.
And making sure that everything's working out to the way it's supposed to go. And so that's kind of the process we've typically have taken. We'll get them out there, we'll get them going, and then we're working on the approvals because it could take several months. And we have some that have taken upwards of a year to get all the final federal approvals and that sort of thing.
But at least you're using it as a stop while you're waiting.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Makes sense.
And then the one other route is Route 3. Route 3, this is actually a good example. I'm actually glad I went a little out of order there for a second, because Route 3 is one of those, we actually currently have a temporary stop at the Dillon Mobility Hub, but it hasn't gone through its public process yet. So we have a temporary stop there as an agreement and working with Manitou Springs to get that connection point from the Dillon Mobility Hub. And what we're looking to do is take that stop and go from its current being, the current stop being that it's a temporary stop. That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
And we're going to take it to a permanent stop.
Oh, okay.
So that would be with this fall service change.
Oh, okay. So that'd be part of all these changes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? Did we miss anything?
That rounds it out.
Yeah, that's a lot. And so the goal would be these changes would take effect, I'm sorry, you said end of September?
Yes, so it'll be, right now we're looking at September 28th. For these changes, the only exception is the Route 33 when we're increasing those frequencies. Right now we're looking at March 29th for that one.
Right.
So when we go into this fall, the Route 33 will go to 30-minute frequency until we hit that spring.
So we really have from now until that point for people, I mean, right now, pretty soon you'd like for people to start giving input. How can they do that? What's the best way?
So we've announced a proposal, and what we're going to be doing is having that go until August 14th. We'll be allowing public comment on that. Really the two best ways to get us input are either calling our customer service at 719-385-RIDE or 7433, or the other option is at transitinfo@coloradosprings.gov. Those are probably the two best ways to actually propose or to give us your feedback on that.
So call or email. And people can go to mmtransit.com and they can, if they want to, look at all of these again or look at just the one that really matters to them, right? Because we went over a lot, and sort of review and then send in that feedback.
That is correct, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's a good way to go.
Yep.
Well, thanks for going over all this.
It's a lot, yep. So I thought it was important to make sure we get the word out.
You're not doing much over there. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for all your work and all of your team's work.
Appreciate
and
it.
I know you guys do a lot of great work over there. So follow Mountain Metro also on social media for the latest updates. Jacob, I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having
And I
me.
hope everyone takes the time to take a look at these. And whether you comment or not, I think a lot of these routes sound like they will increase convenience for the riders. So thanks for watching and have a great day.